Welcome to the Personal Finance Workshop created by the Farm Credit Associations of NC. We hope this presentation will help you with planning your finances for today and preparing for tomorrow. I am Carrie Barnhardt, a loan officer with the Farm Credit Office in Salisbury, North Carolina. So let's get started. In this section, we discuss the basics of budgeting and guide you through a simple percentage breakdown of your monthly income. We will also look at how to get started and some various budgeting tools you may find helpful to stay organized. So what is a budget anyway? A budget is a record of recording your income and expenses for a given period of time, measuring the flow of money. So what's going in versus what's coming out. That is your income and expenses. Track the flow of money so you can control where your money goes. Types of budgets include paper budgets, Excel spreadsheets, the envelope system, and even various mobile apps. So how does this work in real life? Budgeting is a tool that enables financial planning and control over resources. Those resources include time and money. The budget process involves planning for future profitability. A budget assists in balancing your income with your expenses. By prioritizing your monthly income based on a budget breakdown best suited for your needs, it will enable you to reach your personal and financial goals. The most common budget breakdown is denoted as 50-20-30, which allocates 50% of your monthly income for your needs, 20% to paying off debts and establishing a savings, and 30% for discretionary spending. This breakdown of 50-20-30 is an on-average budgeting system, but it may be inadequate for your own financial goals. When budgeting, there is not a one-size-fits-all method. According to John Cesar, a budget that works well for you is one that allows you to comfortably pay all of your bills, save for retirement, but also enjoy yourself. Monitoring your expenses throughout the month holds you accountable for your finances. By tracking your purchases, you are able to see exactly how your money is being allocated each month, which will lead to better and more profitable decision making. On the other hand, not tracking your expenses often results in an accrual of debt. Budgeting can be broken down to income and expenses. Income is just as it says, any money coming into your bank account. This can include your paycheck, rental income, any interest earned, and any investment income. Expenses include everything that you spend your money on. Basically, this is things that you have to pay, like your rent, your mortgage, electric bill, car insurance, groceries, and more. It also includes those optional want items, like the nice Starbucks coffee in the morning, even Netflix, Chick-fil-A, that new t-shirt from the mall, a four-wheeler, etc. By taking your income and subtracting your expenses, you will end up with either a surplus or deficit. A surplus means you have extra money left over for saving, investing, or doing some fun things. A deficit means you're spending more money than you are making. If this goes on for too long, it can sink your financial boat very quickly. This is why it is very important to come up with a plan ahead and to also know your budget. When prioritizing your expenses, you may want to categorize your budget into savings and debt, needs, and discretionary spending. Dave Ramsey suggests the 50-20-30 breakdown of your monthly income into percentages. First, allocate 50% of your monthly income for your needs. On average, that 50% should be broken down into the following. 25 to 30% should be used to pay for your housing. 10 to 15% should be utilized for groceries. 5 to 10% should be put towards the cost of utilities. 5 to 10% should be allocated for healthcare costs. And 10 to 15% should go towards paying for your mode of transportation. Once you allocated for your monthly expenses, then you should portion about 20 to 30% of your income towards getting out of debt and building your savings. First, you should establish an emergency fund, which is about $1,000. This should cover any unexpected expenses that may arise. Once you have established an emergency fund as a safety net, then you should begin paying off any accrued debt other than housing and transportation costs. This includes student loans, credit cards, and any other outstanding balances that may hinder you from financial flexibility. After you have paid off most of your debts, it is a good idea to establish a fund that allocates money for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Once you have established a healthy savings account, you may want to consider allocating 10 to 15% of your savings for a retirement account. It never hurts to plan for the future at any age. Your monthly allocation for discretionary spending may vary from month to month depending on your circumstances. You may save more money and spend less on yourself while planning for a vacation. Or you may just want to treat yourself at the end of a very long month at work. Or even repay yourself. Either way, on average, you should allocate about 20 to 30% of your monthly income for discretionary spending. When creating a budget, you want to begin by recording your total monthly income. A good rule of thumb for those trying to build their savings is to subtract your monthly savings allocations before you begin your budget. This eliminates the method of only saving what is left over in your current budget. You should list all of your expenses for the month, making sure to include any fees or insurance that may apply. From this, you should subtract your total expenses from your monthly income to see the bottom line of your budget. If you are left with a positive number, you are living within your means. If your sum is negative, that means your expenses are higher than your income, which could result in adding of debt. This is referred to as living out of your means. If you are over budget, try cutting back your allocation for discretionary spending first, before decreasing the amount of money allocated for your debt and savings. In order to stay on track with your budget, continuously update your accrued expenses throughout the month. There may be several different things you can do to track this, including apps that you can download on your phone. Spending suggestions for your budget include about 20% for miscellaneous or entertainment, 10 to 15% for saving and investing, transportation at 10%, clothing and personal at 10%, food and household items at 20%, and finally, housing and utilities at 30%. Once you have planned out your budget, it is important to manage and revisit it often. Always check your progress as you go throughout each month. Don't wait until the end of the month. If you are not bringing in enough income, consider ways to increase your income. Ways to increase income include an after-school or weekend job, babysitting, or helping neighbors with chores. You should also think of ways to reduce your spending, like using coupons, smart shopping, avoiding impulse purchases, and eating at home. Numerous tools can be found online that are designed to make a budget easy and efficient. Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar is a budgeting app that tracks your spending and that creates a personalized monthly budget. Essentially, this app tracks where every dollar goes in order to formulate a conservative monthly spending plan. For those who wish to utilize a hard copy, Dave Ramsey also provides a printable budgeting form. This form provides the basics of monthly budgeting. However, use calculations that are necessary to choose how it works for you. In addition to these tools, there are numerous downloadable and printable spreadsheets available online. It is important when selecting a tool to use that you select the one that is best suited for your needs and easiest to utilize. Here is an example of a personal monthly budget. This form specifically allows you to create a projected monthly budget prior to the start of the month. During the month, this sheet breaks down the average monthly expenses of items from electricity and auto insurance to personal care and pets. By establishing the difference between your projected budget and actual budget, it determines the flexibility of your budget. So let's review some questions. What is a budget? How can you track your spending? What percentage of your income should you set aside for your savings? And what are 2 ways that you can increase your cash flow? Now, you might be wondering, how do I make my finances fit into my life goals? The answer is not just setting life goals, but also setting financial goals using the SMART way. Financial goal setting is a significant factor to achieving long-term financial goals. Financial goals should be SMART, or also known as SMARTY. S is for specific. The end result is clearly defined. M, or measurable. Determine exactly when the goal has been met. A for attainable. A budget or spending plan detailing how you will achieve your goal. R is for realistic. Trade-offs and opportunity cost of the goal. T is time-bound, when the goal will be achieved. And Y is yours, your motivation behind the goal. A financial goal setting example of a SMARTY goal. I will pay off the amount I owe on my car loan in 2019 by paying an extra $100 per week. I will pay off this loan amount because I want to be debt-free before buying a house. It is always important to actually write down your goals. People who write down their goals have been shown to be more likely to achieve them. Keep in mind that there are 2 types of goals, short-term and long-term. Short-term goals include things you plan to accomplish within a year or less. Long-term goals will be carried out in the future. Goals are the foundation of your financial plan. Goals are the starting point for saving and investing. Financial goal setting review questions. 1. Why would a goal need to be time-bound? 2. What is an opportunity cost? And 3. What is a goal? As you can tell, providing personal finance education for students is important to Farm Credit. Today's presentation is part of an 8-part series, so I encourage you to explore the other topics. To contact us, feel free to visit www.farmcreditofnc.com. Thanks for joining me.